Hi guys, I'm Rick. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making pressure cooker chicken corn chowder. Alright, I'm starting out here in my 6-quart electric pressure cooker. I have it set on the saute brown setting and it's warmed up. I'm going to add some olive oil in there. And the nice thing about pressure cooker meals is it's a one-pot meal, easy cleanup. I don't know if you're like me, but I hate doing dishes, so that helps. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1 onion that's diced finely, 1 orange pepper because I have it. You use a green or a red if you have it. 2 stalks of celery, all diced fine, and 2 cloves of garlic minced up real fine with a knife. I'm going to get them in here and saute them for about 5 minutes so they start to get tender. So now my peppers, onion, and garlic cooked for a little while. I'm going to add in my seasoning. I'm going to put in 2 teaspoons of salt, and I'm just eyeballing this. You can cut back on the salt if you're on a low sodium diet or you just don't like as much salt in your diet. I'm going to put in a teaspoon of dry thyme, and I'm going to put in just like 1/4 of a teaspoon of red crushed pepper flake. And if you don't like yours hot, you can leave this out, or it's rather spicy, I should say, not even hot. And I have a 1-pound bag of frozen corn here. I'm going to add that in, and I'm going to let this fry for a few more minutes, 2 or 3 more minutes. Just get everything all work together in there. Okay, now that my corn and spices cooked in there for a few minutes, I have 2 chicken breasts here. These have the skin on and the bone in. I'm going to put them skin side down. And I'm also going to add in here 4 cups of chicken broth. And I want to make sure I get these submerged in the chicken broth. That's why I'm putting them skin side down so they cook better that way. And I did my little trick here. I cut a hole in top of the box so the chicken stock flows out smoothly. It doesn't chug and splash and make a mess. Okay, now I'm going to seal my lid on here. Make sure this is set on airtight. Okay, I'm going to cancel out my brown saute setting, and I'm going to pressure cook this for 8 minutes. And this one here only has a high pressure cook setting. It doesn't have low or medium, which that's what I want is high. Now when my 8 minutes are up, I'm going to let my pressure naturally release, tripping over my tongue here, release for 15 minutes, and then whatever little bit of pressure is left in there, I'll do a quick release to get rid of it. Alright, my 15 minutes are up and I released the remaining little bit of pressure in there. And I'm going to take my lid off. You always want to open it away from you. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these chicken breasts out of here, and I'm going to shred the meat off them in just a few minutes. But before I do that, let me try to knock some of the goodies off of here. Before I do that, I'm going to go in here with my immersion blender, and I'm going to blend this for just like a minute or so, just to thicken some of it up. If you don't have an immersion blender, just take like 2 cups of soup and put it in your regular blender and blend it up so it's a little creamy like. So I'm going to go ahead in here and blend it up. Okay, now that I have my chicken shredded and set aside, with my plastic whisk, so not to scratch my pressure cooker, I'm going to add in a cup of heavy cream. And this is a 2-cup carton, so I'm just going to eyeball it. And I have my pressure cooker set on the saute brown setting, so it'll come up to a boil to cook this a little bit. Okay, it's about a cup. And I have a tablespoon of flour here. I'm going to whisk this in. And what this is going to do, it's going to thicken this up. So let me get my flour out of there. Okay, now I'm going to add my chicken back in here. Before I do that, I'm going to taste it for salt and pepper to see if it needs any. So I got a little lump there, so I'll just whisk that out. And if I miss a lump or two, as this cooks for a few minutes, the lumps will cook out. Okay, now let me go ahead and taste this for salt and pepper, see if it needs any. Grab a spoon. Okay, I use a little salt, and it tastes good. It has a nice creamy taste to it. Let me give that a stir and a taste. Okay, that's tasting good for salt. My dogs are going crazy here. Now I'm going to add some pepper in here, and I'll give that a taste. Okay, that's tasting good. Now I'm going to return my chicken back into the pressure cooker, and I'm going to let this cook here on the saute brown setting for a few minutes, just so it thickens up a little bit, and then this will be ready to serve. Okay, I let this cook for about 5 minutes. It's ready to go. Let's serve up a bowl and see what we got. Okay, I'm going to finish this by garnishing with a little fresh green onion. So there you have it. Pressure cooker chicken corn chowder. Give this a try. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see ya.